Hey players, you see, here's the thing. You like anime, and you want to express what you love, and you wish you had some way of expressing it, and that you want that expression to be unrestricted, and then some guy hiding behind the picture of Kazumakiru says, yeah, that is bullying. Straight and simple. Refusal to even have discussion on the way you wish to express yourself? When you simply ask, that's bullying. To say you're not wanted, that's bullying. To call someone names, that's bullying. If you don't understand this, let me recap you on what happened. I simply said, to bleed blunt, I've been trying to share this in Darlingposting group, and I've been declined twice. I asked if there's any way the admin could, I asked if I could talk to the admin for a compromise to allow me to share the image on the group. He could have said, don't even try it. But instead he says, you already can on the post I made. The jig is up. The jig is up. The jig is up. That Asif Khan will never be able to refute. He will never be able to say, I broke the rule ever again. His case is dead. You see, last time I straight up tore up Asif Khan's claim that he gave me no exemption with just a single screenshot of his DMs. See? Here it is right here on screen. Crystal clear in black and white, and I circled it in red letters just so it could be more clear. Since I didn't show Tala's DMs last time, I was under the impression that he left Darlingposting. He suddenly returns and is still not accepting my messages. WTF, man? I find the guy who may be able to unban me, and just because I went on Reddit and Twitter to complain and post the results of the actual, not joking, actual progress I was making, even though it was at a snail's pace, he saw it as some clear indicator that I could not listen and acknowledge my shortcomings. Well, guess what, mister? I don't want you to post or talk about your grievances in public, especially when you were clearly bullied by the moderator.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Police! No justice! Police! No racist! Police! No justice!
All you had to do was ask. That's exactly what you had to do. All you had to do was ask. That's exactly what I did, and what I've been trying to convey to you ever since. Everything they've said and done since then just further reinforced my claim from day one that I was banned for no reason except for Asif Khan being impatient. Not his patience being abused, mind you, just plain impatient. Recently I noticed a change at Darlingposting that just so happened to occur shortly after I was publicly bullied and harassed by Ranma 1/2 English fans moderator Shaine. On Christmas Day, I posted in Tomobiki Town a picture that was generated on ChatGPT. Not the first time I've done this on Tomobiki Town, mind you. It was shared on other groups that had no issues with AI because we know only one still doesn't allow it. And that group had 7,255 members on the day I was banned. Today, they average around 7,170. It's no wonder people don't trust this group right now. There is now greater awareness of what they are really all about. Take Tomobiki Town, for example. A group ran by admin who are able to listen and acknowledge their shortcomings, and most importantly, patient is a group that's going to grow. It's not going to shrink by 80 to 85 members. It can be grown over 440 or higher, especially when they go out of their way to correct their mistakes. I know this makes me sound like a broken record. I've repeated this over and over. But here's some questions I have looking at the aftermath. I happened to write them down so I wouldn't mess up. So let's see. Would things have escalated? Let's see. Would things have escalated the way they did if Shaine never got involved? Would a legitimate discussion over AI-generated content that's further manipulated after the fact ever got underway, or would it just have gone on forgotten? We don't know. We just don't know. I also have another question. If Tala, aka Leloy, was up front from the beginning and told me I needed to start listening and acknowledging my shortcomings, would I have been back by now? I believe the answer is yes. If Asif Khan took the time to reach out to me as soon as he saw my Reddit post and say, let's make up before things get out of hand, would we have been able to actually work things out? I believe so, but I don't know. I really just don't know. Unfortunately for Asif Khan, I know the answer. Unlike Leloy, who seemed to be the most reasonable of the two, Asif is too stubborn. He's holding a grudge over the fact I've called him out many times, that I've called for a boycott of his group. He went as far as to make Shaine a moderator only after he publicly harassed me for no reason, only to make a name for himself and violate Tomobiki Town's anti-bullying rule not just once, not twice, but 3 times. First time was a warning. Second time was a 24-hour suspension. Third offense was a 3-day suspension. And further evidence Asif Khan is holding a grudge against me will be shared in part 2 of this video. And guess what? It's already been filmed and edited, and it's coming out on March 2nd, the very same day we're getting more news about Mao. I know you all say, well, it's his group. Well, there's a lot more in that statement than you think. That also means it's his reputation, his integrity, and his honesty that's on the line, just as mine is if I make a similar mistake on Tomobiki Town. So, so put that in your bone eater's well and jump in it. Before I finalize this video, I do want to come on and say to Asif Khan that he can spare himself further embarrassment, further indignations, and further whatever. That all he has to do is just contact me, work out a deal, and I'll postpone the release of this second part indefinitely. And we can start working out a deal to where I can come back to Darlingposting. That's really all. Put aside your grudge, put aside everything, and let's start working things out. That's all I ask. I've already stated countless times that I'm willing to put aside the whole thing about AI and AI-generated imagery and all that if I'm allowed to come back. So, and I've made my faults and shortcomings well known. And that's going to be in the description below. So, think about it, Asif. Do you want this, or do you want that?